It's grief, it's exhaustion. I just left downtown Palisades. I pulled over here in Santa Monica, which is now also in the process of evacuations, to do this Zoom with you. The scenes in the Pacific Palisades today are catastrophic. It's apocalyptic. It's hard to get your head around the scope of the devastation and the loss. There is still active fire burning all over the town. Our firefighters are actively working on suppression efforts and continuing to try to protect lives and what's left of property in the Pacific Palisades. But it's beyond devastating what has happened here in the last 24 hours.
You're a town of about 30,000 or so. We are hearing that more than 1,000 structures, give or take, are gone. I know one person, Traci, who lives in the Pacific Palisades. I checked in with some friends in California today to ask about that one person, and their house is gone, I'm told. And I wonder if that's just the story that is playing over and over again, no matter where you look in your neighborhood.
Sadly, it is. I have been throughout all day yesterday, all through the night last night, and throughout the day today. I have personally been in touch with friends and constituents in the Palisades, and virtually everyone that I have spoken to is looking at a complete loss. This is absolutely devastating.
As we watch, as we think about homes and lives and property, of course, we're looking at video of horses on the screen right now, just to go show the sheer depth of all this. Traci, there was a news conference earlier today, and one of the questions was how they ran out of water starting at 3 in the morning there in the Pacific Palisades. You said the chronic underinvestment in the city of Los Angeles and our public infrastructure and our public safety partners was evident and on full display over the last 24 hours. I'm extremely concerned about this. I think we've got more questions than answers at this point. Do you have an idea of why the water went dry when it did? And looking forward, do firefighters have what they need?
So thank you for the question. Obviously, this is something that is top of mind. We were already in the middle of extremely dangerous and deadly circumstances with the dry vegetation and the wind conditions. To lose our water source on top of it, and keep in mind, we weren't able to do air suppression efforts because of the wind. And so the fact that our first responders were left to fight a raging wildfire burning through our hillsides and our town with fire hydrants in and of itself is a problem. But over the course of those hours as the water supply depleted, there was about a demand on the usual load of about 4 times. You know, in part as people were fleeing their homes, they were leaving faucets and hoses running. So it was a perfect confluence of events coupled with the underinvestment in the critical infrastructure and the public safety resources that we need that have all created this perfect, catastrophic, and tragic storm of a reminder.
Do you have what you need right now? Obviously, we've heard and quite literally seen from the President of the United States, but we've heard from the federal government basically saying that resources are coming. The Defense Department, for example, is sending in assets, but you're a relatively small area. You know, 27,000 acres is obviously, it's a lot, it's a big size, but your community in the Pacific Palisades, big yet small. Do you feel that you have everything that you need right now? Because again, the reminder here is none of this is contained.
That's right. And, you know, I will say the efforts by our LA City Fire Department have been absolutely heroic these last 24 hours. But they absolutely could not have done this alone. And so we are incredibly grateful for the ongoing support that we've already had from LA County and CAL FIRE, as well as our neighboring cities and counties. As I said, I actually just left the Palisades. There are fire engines from cities all across Los Angeles County and beyond, virtually on every corner in the Palisades right now, trying to fight to save what's left of the buildings and the infrastructures, trying to save what are left of the homes. But to answer your question, are we ready and prepared right here in the city of Los Angeles for major events like this? Not without the mutual aid that we have in place. And we're not going to be able to continue these efforts and to do the recovery, the long recovery that is going to be necessary without all layers of government and all hands on deck.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.